Hello, and welcome to today's webinar, 3 Proven Strategies to Double Your Website Traffic and Leads. I'm Eric, the CEO of Branditize.
And I'm Chelsea, CMO of Branditize.
And we're going to be guiding you through today's live webinar.
We want to make the best use of everyone's time today, so we're going to jump right in. But before we do, we'd like to hear from all of you. So please go ahead and type in your name and location in the chat below. Thanks so much for joining us. Before we get started, we'd like to stress the importance of having your full attention over the next hour. You're about to learn some strategies that have the potential to dramatically impact the success of your business. So please take this time to mute your phone, turn off notifications, and be ready to take down some notes.
We promise that over the next hour, you'll have an in-depth understanding of how to generate traffic to your website with proven strategies that help drive traffic for our own clients consistently, month after month, year after year. The online world is saturated with so many options for consumers that getting their attention to your website can seem almost impossible. Well, no need to worry, because once you implement these 3 strategies, you'll instantly see a boost of potential customers flocking to your website. Like many others out there, you're probably struggling to make your product or service visible to your target market. And with so many resources available today, it can be exhausting and expensive to do the research and look for effective strategies that'll attract the customers you want. Luckily, we've already done all the heavy lifting for you, because by the end of this webinar, you'll learn firsthand some of the same strategies we use to attract thousands of leads for our clients, including international speaker Brian Tracy and New York Times bestselling author Jack Canfield from the Chicken Soup for the Soul series. We hope you're ready to handle the stampede of people that are rushed to your website once you'll implement our 3 proven strategies to double your website traffic and leads.
Now, before we get started, we'd like to ask something. If we promise to give you valuable content today, do we have your permission to take a few minutes to introduce you to an incredible system that, when implemented, will elevate your online business to new levels? So if that sounds fair to you, go ahead and type yes in the chat.
So once again, as we talked about before this webinar, this is meant to be interactive. So this is your chance to get on the computer. We're gonna be asking you some questions along the way. So already I see some yeses coming in, keep them coming. This is so exciting, look at that, Chelsea. All right.
Awesome.
All right, well thank you, keep them coming and be on your toes. We're gonna be asking some more questions along the way.
Yeah, again, this is all up to you guys. We won't talk about this system unless we give you valuable information to instantly grow your website traffic right away. We're only gonna do it with your permission.
So many more people typing in yes. Thank you so much, we love it. Keep it coming, thank you. Let's keep going, Chelsea.
So now we know we promised you a free gift when you registered for this webinar. It'll help you create proven lead generation assets that will hook your prospects, and it's in an easy outline format that will instantly turn leads into excited subscribers, just like that. This is all to help build your list, but we'll get more into detail about this later on, as we'll give you a link to download it.
And Chelsea, don't we have another gift to tell them about?
We absolutely do. If you stay to watch the entire webinar, we're going to also give you a copy of today's slides. We're going to be including a lot of screenshots, so you don't want to miss this. So keep an eye out for a link to download the slides later on. We also want to remind you to please ask any questions you may have in the chat. We'll try to answer as many questions as possible during our live Q&A at the end of today's webinar. And trust us, you don't want to miss out on that. So feel free to ask anything regarding lead generation, traffic generation, and we'll gladly answer as many as we can. Okay, let's get started.
Thank you, Chelsea. So although you signed up for the webinar today and probably know a little bit about Branditize, let us take a couple minutes to tell you a little bit more about who we are. So Branditize, we're a digital agency behind top public figures and brands such as international speaker and personal development expert Brian Tracy, New York Times bestselling author and personal development coach Jack Canfield. You also may recognize him from Chicken Soup for the Soul. New York Times bestselling author and hedge fund manager Phil Town, and Amavara Skincare, a company on the cutting edge of a sunscreen with a new technology in the sunscreen space. Now, we've helped our clients generate millions of online visitors, we have generated millions of social followers, and we've helped them generate millions of dollars of revenue over the past 17 years now. God, it's been over 17 years.
Yeah, that was the early stages of online businesses.
Yeah, it was real early. But you know, if you take a look at our work, a lot of failures, a lot of trial and error to figure out what works. But now we've got a system in place and you're gonna benefit from that because we're gonna show you the best of.
Yep. And after all of that, what we've found is that there are many ways to generate traffic and leads so you can build your email list, but there are 3 channels that consistently produce results for us. They are organic search, social media, and paid advertising. Now, as you can see on this slide, we're gonna get right into it here. 72% of the traffic on BrianTracy.com is from these 3 channels combined, and this is over the past 6 months. That 72% equates to almost 3 million sessions.
Damn.
That's a lot of traffic.
A lot of traffic.
And we've generated over 200,000 leads, most of which came from these same 3 channels. Oh, and just a quick note, when we refer to leads throughout this webinar, we mean email addresses or email subscribers. So we're really focusing on building the list today, just so we're all on the same page. Now, on this next slide, you can see that for Jack Canfield, these 3 channels add up to 64% of the traffic on jackcanfield.com. That equates to about 850,000 sessions on the Jack Canfield site. That's also a lot of traffic. Now, not as much as Brian Tracy, because we've been working with Brian Tracy for a while, but still a lot. We've also generated over 123,000 leads for Jack Canfield in the same 6 months. That's new unique subscribers, not duplicates, not subscriptions, and most of these leads were also generated from these same 3 channels. Now again, we've been working with Brian a lot longer than Jack, so it's important to note that it does take some time to get there.
Yeah, some great points there, Chelsea. And really, after working as the expert marketing team behind these brands for over 17 years, we decided to bring our digital marketing and business knowledge to others by teaching people like you how to implement the same strategies that work for our clients. So you can implement in your own business, and we have a lot of people coming to us wanting us to work with them. And really, it's been great to be able to turn this around and start teaching people instead. And that's exactly what we're going to do in today's webinar.
Yep. So obviously you're attending this webinar because you want to generate traffic to your website. You want to learn how to build your email subscriber list and eventually gain customers. And you're in good company. So most businesses aren't doing a good job driving traffic or leads for a few reasons, and this is what we see to be the common reasons. One, because they don't understand how to best leverage each traffic channel or making common mistakes. 2, because they don't have a way to capture email addresses or don't have a compelling offer to get that email address. And number 3, because they aren't consistent.
Well, really, and because it's damn hard, and especially if you don't know really what you're doing,
Exactly.
You can spend a lot of wasted time.
Exactly. So to frame our discussion today, let's take a moment to think about how businesses attracted customers before the internet. Shocking, before the internet. Does anybody know what that was like?
God, wow, that was a long time ago. I remember in school, no internet back then. Oh God, I'm starting to date myself. Let's get back to this.
Okay, so first, we're talking about brick and mortar before the internet. First, they'd have to let prospects know that they exist. This may be someone walking by a storefront or a word of mouth promotion. Then they'd have to capture their attention, get that foot traffic in the door, entice them to walk into the store. They may have an attractive window display or a free giveaway offer in the video, something to capture attention.
Yeah, and like once you're there, you'd have to actually engage them in person while they're in the store. Really just, capture them, grab them, and show them something they're interested in and make them an offer.
Exactly. So believe it or not, today's online businesses use very similar tactics to generate traffic to their sites, just like brick and mortar stores used to generate foot traffic.
Really just the same steps today, but just happen online.
Yep. So before we dive into these 3 proven digital strategies, we'd like to go over some reasons why you absolutely must learn how to generate traffic to your website and why these 3 channels, organic search, social media, and paid advertising, are huge sources of traffic and leads for your business.
Okay, so let's start with the bottom line here. I mean, really, if you don't have online traffic at all, you just simply don't have an online business. Plain and simple. You need eyeballs. And if you don't have traffic, you won't have leads. The eyeballs come first, the email address or pixel visits then come next. And we'll talk about pixeling a little bit.
Exactly. So here are some statistics on the traffic channels we're going to discuss today. First, according to HubSpot, 60% of marketers say that content creation is their top inbound, which is traffic and lead generation, marketing priority. Here's another one. 66% of marketers see lead generation benefits from social media.
And I love this. Facebook, at least as of right now, has 1.13 billion active users and growing quickly. Depending on what business you're in, for most businesses, your customer is on Facebook, and paid advertising on Facebook is a great way to reach them, especially for building your email list.
Absolutely, and it's probably even more now because this stat is from 2015. So moving on, so why are people using these channels?
Well, because they work.
Exactly. The most important successful online brands today are using countless strategies, such as leveraging paid traffic, increasing their social presence, partnering with influencers and affiliates to expand their reach, and so much more. There's literally thousands of strategies out there to choose from to try to increase your traffic and leads. And trust us, we have tested almost all of them.
Yeah, and really that's why today, instead of talking about every strategy you could be trying, we're going to focus on 3 specific ones that we found to be guaranteed to increase traffic and leads every time we use them. No matter what the client, no matter what the season, simply put, these strategies work.
Absolutely. And once you learn how to seamlessly apply these strategies, you too will be able to generate traffic and leads to fuel the growth of your online business.
All right. So, are you ready to learn how to double your website traffic and leads? Okay, go ahead and type yes into the chat. Like we said, this is an interactive webinar, and we want to hear from you. So keep it coming. Let's see those yeses. Wake up. Let's send us a yes.
So many excited people ready to learn about generating traffic and leads. This is
awesome. All right.
You guys are making us excited.
So let's continue to get cranking here. Today we're going to deep dive 3 of our top traffic channels for our clients and share actionable strategies for making them work for you. So some really good stuff. We're not going to just be all theory. We're going to give you some actionable strategies here, and we're going to discuss the current landscape of each channel, common issues and mistakes marketers make, and really one proven strategy we found to work to drive massive traffic and leads for each one. And we're gonna actually support these with some suggestions and actual case studies from our clients, so you can see exactly how we did it and follow the same steps. So, okay, here we go. So these are 3 proven strategies to double your website traffic and leads that we're gonna focus on today.
Strategy 1 is increase organic traffic by using SEO tactics to capitalize on existing high-performing posts. Strategy 2 is increase social traffic and leads by using contests to get in front of new audiences.
Love those contests.
And strategy 3 is increase paid traffic to your website by pairing valuable content with specific targeting.
Now, one thing I want to point out, Chelsea, is if you're listening and you think you understand organic or social or paid traffic, there's a lot more we're going to get into. We're going to do some really killer tactics within those. So please pay attention, because you may think you know some of these things, but I'm pretty confident we're going to teach you a couple new tricks out there. So stick around here. So let's go ahead and start breaking these down.
All right, so getting into organic search and organic SEO. The first strategy we're going to talk about deals with search engine optimization to increase your organic traffic. Now, as we mentioned at the beginning of this webinar, we found organic traffic to be one of the most effective channels for driving qualified traffic to our clients' websites. Being able to rank for relevant keywords, whether they're at the top of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, wherever, will help you capture queries that your actual potential customers are using and answer their questions to build trust and authority online. Plus, organic traffic is cheap. That's one of the best things. Now, when it comes to ROI, implementing an organic traffic strategy is one of the best places to invest your time as a marketer. You saw that stat before, 60% of marketers are investing time in content.
Right. And I love what you mentioned, how organic traffic is cheap. I mean, really, when we talk a lot about that is once you put the effort into doing it correctly, it really starts to grow, and the long tail of all that work up front is free. It doesn't cost us anything when people are finding your site. And a lot of people don't have the stomach to play the long tail and to really wait around for the results of all that hard work.
It builds over time.
And so really, I mean, ultimately, organic traffic is also one of the easiest to execute incorrectly. So you gotta be careful here and to put in tons and tons of work and not see the results. So I could see why a lot of people give up and get frustrated. And we see it all the time. A new business owner or brand will come to us and say, I've been creating 1 blog post a week for the last 6 months, and my organic traffic hasn't ticked up one bit. What gives? And you see, when it comes to creating content, more isn't always more. Of course, creating content's important, especially when you're starting from scratch. But here's the secret to doubling your organic traffic. Create and optimize a few pieces of hyper-targeted content and spend the majority of your time promoting them, rather than just rapidly churning out content with no targeted strategy.
Exactly, and I'll give a great example of this. For Brian Tracy, we average about 300,000 unique visitors a month, with almost all of that traffic coming through our ranking blog posts. And the reason for that is because for years and years, all we focused on was creating content. We churned out 1 blog post per week. We built up that content for about 3 years, and it was working great for us. We got a lot of traffic to our site. But as you can see on this slide, our organic traffic grew from 258,773 unique visitors in January of 2016 to 415,178 unique visitors in January 2017.
Yeah, we were on fire thinking we knew everything.
Exactly. So that's a 60% increase year over year once we started applying an actual strategy. Now, it was great to have the content built up for us to work with, and that's a big part of it. But applying the strategy and doing the content at the beginning is so important. So we were really happy with these results. But something started to happen, something all marketers dread. Our traffic started to drop. And after our stellar January organic traffic started to drop, slowly at first, but bottoming out at 185,687 organic unique visitors in June.
Yikes! Yeah, I remember that. That was tough, and so I remember our SEO and content team got to work, and they found really was pretty interesting. To make a long story short here, the main thing we found was that while creating tons and tons of blog content, how it gave us initially a really good rankings boost and increased our organic traffic by 60%. Our strategy, or really lack thereof strategy, dug us into a hole. We ideated our blog topics in brainstorming meetings, but didn't delve very much into keyword rankings and page targeting. And so as a result, our blog posts started to cannibalize each other. So instead of having one page that ranked above the fold for a high quality keyword like, let's say, motivational quotes, which really averages almost 1 million searches a month, at one point we had 4 pages that were getting indexed for the same keyword. And by not concentrating our keyword targeting, we were sending mixed signals to Google. And as a result, the search engine gave all 4 of those pages a little bit of ranking love versus one page getting all the ranking love.
Exactly. So we were basically confusing Google.
And you do not want to confuse Google.
No, you don't. So this is one of those painful lessons that we learned, that trial and error and those failures that we had that we've actually been able to turn into a case study for you guys so you guys don't make the same mistake. So here's what we did to fix it and what you can do to keep the same issues from happening to your own blog posts. So to support our vertical growth strategy, we changed our focus from creating new content each week via blog posts to optimizing and completing our existing content and pruning posts or pages that were no longer adding value to our visitors. So for Brian Tracy, like we mentioned earlier, one of his top keywords is motivational quotes. When we were at the height of our organic traffic issues, that keyword was ranking for this page at position 7. But once we made the changes we're about to share with you, we moved up to position 3 for this keyword, which is huge.
Yeah, being 3 over 7 is a big deal.
It's a huge deal on the first page of Google.
So Chelsea, talk a little bit about how we optimized it.
So first we used a search operator to identify internally competing pages. So by typing what you're seeing on the screen right now, typing this keyword into your browser, you can check for any pages that might be ranking for the same terms and internally, meaning on your own website, competing with your target page. So we did this for our blog posts and evaluated all the competing content. That was the first thing we did. The next thing we did is we stacked pages with similar post content. So for any other pages on our site that we found that were also getting crawled for the term motivational quotes via the search operator tool, we isolated our priority page, figured out the page that we want to target and we want that traffic to go to. We added any valuable content from competing posts and combined their authority by setting up redirects and canonical tags. A canonical tag really just gives credit to the main link and tells Google how to rank that. So if the competing content was valuable, we combined it with our target post and we added a 301 redirect from the competing page to the target page so that authority was passed along. Now the 301 redirect is really important for this reason because if you don't do that, then that authority just hits a dead end. You want to make sure that you're passing that along to your target page. So if the competing content wasn't valuable, we talked about what we did. If it was valuable, we stacked the post, but if it wasn't valuable, we set up a canonical tag to remove it from being crawled by Google so that juice was all going to the page we wanted it to, and the pages that we didn't want to get crawled weren't getting any of that Google love. The next thing is we added latent search index or LSI terms to the page.
Sounds so exciting.
It sounds very technical. We added in words synonymous to our target keywords like motivational life quotes and inspiring life lesson quotes to send relevancy signals to Google for what this page was all about. Now, there's a tool called lsigraph.com, and it's a great tool we use to find these LSI keywords. We also updated our alt tags with target keywords. So these are the tags that go on your images. And if you click through this post, you'll see it has several images in it. So we optimized all of these tags to tell Google what the target keywords were and what this image actually is. Especially since search results are skewing more and more towards images and videos in position 0, this is incredibly important. So this is another thing to do on the checklist.
Yeah, in position 0, if you're not familiar, really is when you go to Google in your first search, it's that box above that really is almost before what it looks like to be the rest of the 1 through 10 listing on the Google page. And getting position 0 is like the holy grail.
Absolutely. Now, if you're just starting out, the lesson here is to not make the same mistakes we did and to develop your keyword strategy and your content strategy beforehand. So that's it. Just kidding. I know that was a lot of information to digest, but remember, you'll be getting a copy of these slides for reference at the end of this webinar, and that's why we wanted to make sure we gave these to you guys.
Yep, lots more. So far, what do you guys think of that strategy? So go ahead and interactive time. Jump on your computers. Tell us your initial thoughts to that. Did you like that? Too technical? Let's get some responses. Okay. A couple people liked it. Thumbs up. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. You will look at the slides. Awesome. Okay. So, also you guys can feel free to leave any questions you have in the chat, and we'll be able to get to as many of those as we can in the Q&A at the end of today's webinar. So fire those questions off and we'll come back to you at the end. We'll circle back to organic strategy later, but for now, let's move on to strategy 2. The second strategy we're going to talk about today deals with growing your traffic and leads from organic social media. Social network penetration worldwide is growing nonstop, and if you're not present on one or more social channels, you could be missing out on over almost 2.5 billion potential leads. Social media is a great way to build brand awareness, generate new leads, and increase customer retention almost completely for free using the tools provided by each platform.
However, there are some common myths surrounding social media as a marketing tool that we want to talk about, and we want to dispel some of those myths right now.
For example?
First one is that you need to be active on every channel. This absolutely isn't true. You need to be where your audience is, and that's it. If your audience isn't on LinkedIn, if your audience isn't on Instagram, you don't necessarily need to be there. The second one is you need a big following to be successful. It's not about the size of the following, it's much more about the engagement. So as long as you're building engagement online and you're getting the responses, you're getting the likes, you're getting the comments, you're getting the interaction, the number of the following doesn't matter. It's the same thing with the finance space. So Jack and Brian have huge followings. Phil's following isn't as big, but he gets a ton of engagement, and it's just a smaller market, but it works. The next is, it's too risky putting your company's reputation on the line. Negative reviews are easier to get than positive ones. That's also not true. You have to be authentic and you have to show a personality with a brand. If you don't put a position or take a side online, you're going to be bland. You're not going to get the engagement that you want.
Now, Chelsea, I always hear people ask about, quantity. Like, I need to be posting gazillion times a day, and is that true?
Absolutely not. You need to have a presence online, but it's not necessarily about posting 10 times a day. It's the quality content. Again, it's more about the engagement than it is about the number. The next one is social media is a full-time job and I don't have the time. Well, that can be true in some companies, but there's a lot of tools out there that you can automate. If you do the content in advance, like we use a content calendar that we fill out a month in advance. We schedule content and then we pepper in relevant posts that are timely throughout that month, but a lot of it can be automated and scheduled in advance.
There's a lot of cool tools and things we use out there, I know, which is really helpful for
There's
that.
also a lot of resources and outsourced people that will do this for you and help you create the content and also schedule. So there's a lot of availability. So there's a lot of options out there.
That's great. Now here's one I always hear all the time from people I know is I don't like social media because there's no way to measure the success and I don't know how to measure it, so I just give up on it.
Again, not true. So between the different social media platforms, they have really upped their game on tracking and measuring. Facebook has insights and they're always improving the data that they give you. And to track that back to your website, we use something called UTMs that are actually Google's tracking parameters, and we track the data all the way through from click on social all the way through to a sale on our website. And we'll actually be talking about that a little bit later. And one of our favorites, organic traffic is dead and no one sees your posts anymore. Now, it is true that organic traffic on Facebook or organic SEO on Facebook and visibility is going down. The more people that get on Facebook and the more posts there are, the more Facebook has to update their algorithm so people see the most relevant posts to them. But again, it goes back to engagement. If you can boost your traffic, maybe adding some paid budget there and get the engagement. If you do live videos, the more engagement you get on your post, the more Facebook is going to target you as a relevant page and show your post to your followers.
So thanks for dispelling those myths, Chelsea. Now let's talk about really what are the keys then of success with organic social media?
Well, we kind of talked about it already, but it's really providing a variety of engaging, thoughtful, and high quality content. You want to make sure you're using a combination of text, photos, and video in your strategy and planning out your content calendar so that you remain active and involved. Now, you also want to make sure you use promotional content like posting to sales and opt-in pages sparingly. If there's a ratio that happens, you want to do about 80% value, 20% asking, or 20% promotional, because these are where your leads come in. you're actually building up your organic following so that you have an audience to promote to, and you're building value in advance. So when you're asking for something in return, that you're not overstepping and you've built that relationship beforehand.
So you just talked a little bit about something there. I want to talk about this again. How I get asked a lot is how much do you guys actually promote versus do sales stuff in your things, and how much do you actually do content?
It's about an 80-20 ratio. So 80% value, 80% blog posts, quotes, curated posts from other providers, and about 20% promotion. So usually to lead magnets, not necessarily to direct sales pages once in a while, but mostly it's another piece of value, a free gift in exchange for an email address.
Got it. Makes sense.
So in addition to your regularly occurring content, there's also a lot of room to get creative. So hosting contests and giveaways is a great way to generate traffic and leads and actually do something different on your social channels, really building that engagement again without coming across as salesy.
And I've always really loved the contests and giveaways. And the good thing about these is that you have almost unlimited options to decide what you'd like to offer to your potential leads. And there's also some great virality to these kind of programs. Something we found to be extremely effective at Branditize is creating a mix of your own content, such as a free product or consultation, along with something that can appeal to a broad audience. Now, I know there was a great example that we used recently for Brian Tracy. Chelsea, why don't you share exactly what we did for this social media giveaway?
Yeah, of course. So we actually did a contest to celebrate Brian's 500,000 YouTube subscribers. And we decided to host a special giveaway specifically for Brian's followers. The title was Win a Free Brian Tracy Boost Your Productivity Package. And as you can see, this package included a brand new iPad, a 20-minute coaching call with Brian, and Brian Tracy's top productivity products, including a signed copy of his best-selling book, Eat That Frog, and access to his Power Productivity course.
And here's really why this strategy works so beautifully for Brian Tracy. An iPad appeals to everybody, so including this high-value product in the giveaway attracted a ton of people who really otherwise wouldn't have visited. This was an ideal opportunity for us to capture that information, such as their email. And, of course, once we have their email, this means we could keep sending them relevant content and give them lots of good stuff about Brian and others to nurture them into becoming eventually fans and customers. And the same people who entered the contest can now also be retargeted on Facebook and or Google AdWords. And we're going to talk about retargeting and paid advertising later on in this webinar, so stay tuned for that. But the bottom line is that once we did that, we can then show them ads offering discounts on the products they entered to win or other products they might be interested in.
Yeah, so we really started broad on this, and iPad appeals to a lot of people. So then we wanted to pare it down to what their interests are and get them interested in what we were selling. Okay, so before we get into the results, let me just clarify that a normal video posted on YouTube, this was one video, gets about 200 to 400 subscribers. Now this one video with the giveaway strategy around it gained over 3,500 email subscriptions. That's a big difference from a normal video to just putting a little bit more effort in and getting a big boost in subscribers.
Really about like 15 to 20x, ROI
exactly.
For us from normal.
And implementing this strategy is actually easier than you think. So this is how we did it. First, Brian filmed a video announcing the milestone of reaching 500,000 subscribers on YouTube and revealing the giveaway details. Those were those prizes that we were giving away. Now, along with traffic from YouTube, we posted 2 times to Brian's other social channels, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc., and directed those social posts to the YouTube giveaway announcement video. Then, users gained an entry by providing their email address. A simple give and take. They could also gain additional entries for following Brian Tracy's social media channels and sharing the giveaway with their friends, which resulted in 3,477 submitted emails, 1,884 subscribers to YouTube, and 989 followers on Twitter, and 308 subscribers referred a friend. That was huge and a great way to get engagement. Now, another way to get in front of an even wider audience and generate more leads is by boosting your organic social media posts. That means putting a little bit of ad spend behind it. But we'll talk more about paid media in just a minute.
So what do you think? Was that helpful so far? I mean, before we go to the next strategy, I'd love to get your thoughts, all right? Interactive time on what we've covered so far. So please do us a favor and go ahead and type in yes in the chat box if you learned something useful. And please, actually, don't feel shy to tell us what it is. You share your favorite thing that you learned so far between session 1 and session 2. Love to get the feedback from you. And at the end of the day, we're all in this together, and your insights can help other people here achieve their website traffic goals as well. Okay, thank you for sending those in. Great feedback. Okay, so you like the social tip, the contest. Excellent. Great. Thank you. This is really encouraging for us. We appreciate it. And we're glad you're finding this information useful. And the good news is we still have more great things to cover with you. And don't forget, that's right, I almost forgot to tell you to remind you of this, we'll be giving away a copy of these slides at the end of the webinar. So don't worry if you've missed a few of these notes. So let's jump over to strategy 3, which is increase paid traffic by pairing valuable content with targeting. Chelsea?
Yep, this is the final strategy we're going to share with you today, and it's one of our favorites. It's a combination we've learned to master here at Branditize, and we're very excited to teach it to you. The last strategy for doubling your website traffic and leads has to do with combining paid traffic with valuable content to create the ultimate lead generation formula. Now, paid traffic, particularly Facebook advertising, is one of the best ways to instantly generate traffic. And compared to other mediums, Facebook has an incredible amount of targeting and segmentation options. You can do just anything you want on Facebook, which allows you to better reach your audience without having to waste budget on people who would never be interested in what you have to offer. You want to pare down that targeting, layer different targets, and make sure that you're getting the most qualified people to your website. Now, you can also get feedback in real time, including what the demographics are of the people responding to your ads and what it is that they respond to best. Another way to even further nail down the targeting and who your buyers and who your target audience is.
Now, I mean, some recent, myths and challenges. I hear, Chelsea, again, is, that people always say, I tried Facebook ads and they didn't really work. There's so many, and at the end of the day, there really are so many common mistakes people make that lead them to this statement after I've talked to them. For example, driving ads straight to a home page or a direct sales page instead of a dedicated landing page is one big mistake. And another common one that I know, I both talked about that we see all the time is not targeting the right audiences. And you think that sounds so simple, but it takes a little bit of time to do that. And really the favorite thing or the biggest one we talk about religiously here is just not testing. You could put up one ad and expect it to be a home run out of the gate, and you have to continuously test different images, different copy, and different audiences, and just be patient because it typically won't work the first time. You gotta keep at and as we say here, ABT, always be testing.
Exactly. You want to make sure that your offer and your list, whoever you're targeting, are correct. If you don't have one of those correct, it's not going to work. So one of the points we can't stress enough about paid ads is that if you're not using ads to collect leads or email addresses, you're not using them correctly. You have to use it as a list building tool. And because building a list leads to long-term success, you're able to follow up with them over the long term if they're not interested on the first pass. This is why on Facebook, and what we also talked about in the social strategy, is sending people to a free gift or a free lead magnet, offering something of value in exchange for that email so that you can build a relationship with that person over time. In fact, 66% of online consumers check their email account multiple times per day, with 13% of online consumers actually checking their email hourly or more frequently. We are addicted to our phones.
I'm probably slightly guilty of that more than I want to admit.
You're guilty of that. However, the only way your lead will hand over their email is if you provide something of true value to them. So let's talk about how to do that now. Eric?
Thank you, Chelsea. To be successful with paid ads, we have a proven process we follow. Rather than waste your money driving traffic to low conversion pages, we found that the best way to drive qualified traffic to your website from paid media lies in the offer. So, and the offer really starts with the landing page we're sending traffic to. It really doesn't matter how good your ad is. If your landing page isn't compelling and no one wants what you're offering, you'll never really be successful.
Absolutely. The offer is so important. And the next thing that's important is audience research. We have a simple system we use every time to find a plethora of audiences to target. We never know which audiences will respond to which offer, which is why it's important to have a list of options to test. Finally, we create a handful of different variations of headline angles, copy, images, and videos to test. And if you skip any of these steps, your chances of striking out become much higher. But if you follow these steps, your chances of finding that home run combination of offer, ad, and audience is going to skyrocket.
So let's jump into a case study here. It's to give you an example of an offer that worked incredibly well for Brian Tracy. Let's talk about what we actually did here. We found the most success in driving paid ads traffic to what we call is a lead magnet. You've talked about that before, and that's because these pages work so well they attract leads like a magnet. With a lead magnet, you'll be giving away free valuable content in exchange for an email address.
Yeah, so this can be something like a free guide, a checklist, a consultation, a quiz. It's really all up to you and what you think is going to work best for your audience, but it has to provide something of value that'll solve a small problem for your potential prospect in exchange for their email address. So a lead magnet formula that we've found that works every time in Brian's industry or space is giving away a challenge-based content. And that's because this type of content is easily actionable. It keeps the lead accountable, it promises a better version of themselves in one way or another by the end of the challenge. So we used one such lead magnet for Brian Tracy called the 14-Day Goal Setting Challenge. Now, this challenge helped people create a clear plan of action to immediately start reaching their goals for 2017, with encouragement from Brian Tracy's private Facebook group to help them stay on track.
Okay, and so how did strategy 3, really, which we talked about using challenges to deliver valuable content and skyrocket subscribers, perform for Brian Tracy?
Now, since we know that Brian Tracy's target audience loves challenges, they're very responsive to content that asks them for specific tasks to gain specific results. We took advantage of the fact that this content would be released in January, when goal setting and making New Year's resolutions are on many people's minds. And the result? In less than a month, we gained over 6,700 email subscribers.
And that's those are some good numbers. If you anybody out there looking to get new email subs, getting a nice almost 7,000 email subscribers is pretty good.
Yeah, exactly, especially for paid traffic. And this was all accomplished simply by giving away something of value in exchange for an email address and using paid ads to drive traffic we knew would be interested in that offer.
Okay, so let's go ahead and recap now our 3 proven strategies to double your website traffic and leads. So strategy 1 was increase your organic traffic by using SEO tactics to capitalize on existing high-performing posts. Strategy 2 was increase social traffic and leads by using contests to get in front of new audiences. And strategy 3 was increase paid traffic by pairing valuable content with specific targeting. And implementing these 3 strategies will help attract a substantial amount of traffic to your website and put your online business on the fast track to success.
Absolutely. So now that you know the 3 proven strategies to double your website traffic and leads we use to generate massive traffic for our clients, what are your thoughts? Did you find the information we shared valuable? So we want you to take 10 seconds right now and type in the one thing that you're going to do today. Take something that you learned from this webinar and type it in. So share it in the chat right now.
What's the one action strategy? The one thing, take a second to think about it. What'd you like the best? What one immediate action can you take? And we want you to implement right away. We don't want you to watch this webinar and think about it and strategize. Make it a goal for yourself in the next 24 hours, either yourself or get with your team and implement one of these ideas immediately. And please go ahead and share that in the chat now. And if we all take action together, it's going to be quite a positive day for everybody. So we've reached the end of the content section of the webinar, but it doesn't mean we're done sharing valuable information to help you grow your business online. We also haven't gotten to our Q&A section where we'll be answering all of your questions, and really some of the best content comes from the Q&A section, so stay tuned. And remember, what we discussed today is just an overview of the 3 proven strategies that you can implement today to start increasing traffic and leads to your website.
Yeah, of course, there's so many other strategies, tools, and resources to help your business generate massive profits and become visible to your online customers, many of which we've used personally to create incredible results for our clients. And that's what we'd like to talk to you about next.
What we'd like to do is show you how you can elevate your digital marketing and transform your business into an online powerhouse with our brand new, what's called the Branditize Academy Traffic and Lead Generation Masterclass.
Yay.
But first, please type in yes in the chat if you're truly ready to take your online business to the next level with a lead and traffic generation masterclass. All right, good to see a lot of interested people out there. Let us know. Okay, well, do you feel like we earned the right to spend a few minutes talking about how we can help you generate traffic and leads online and show you the tools to achieve online business success? So type yes in the chat if you'd like to learn all about the strategies we use with our clients to generate massive revenue month to month, year to year, with a ton of traffic generation. All right. Look at those responses come in, Chelsea.
Wow, nice.
Thank you. Glad there's a lot of interested folks out there. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we'll just get into it. So before we dive into everything that's included in this program, we want to be clear. The information we want to share is only for the people who are truly passionate about their business. It's for those who know they have a great product or service but need the right digital strategies to really get their business going online. So
And remember, as we talked about earlier, the days of brick and mortar businesses are now over. If people can't find your business online, you might as well just give up now and call it quits. I mean, really, because building an online presence is so key to achieving success for your brand and your business. We've already done all the heavy lifting for you. We've explored every avenue, exhausted every resource, and done extensive research to figure out what truly works. And we've developed a proven method that's generated millions of unique visitors and subscribers for our clients. And these are the exact results we want to see for your business.
But you don't have to take our word for it. Here's what some recent attendees of the live version of this course had to say about what they learned.
I have just completed probably the most impactful week that I've ever had. Here at the Branditize office, the headquarters.
Branditize Academy gave us all the tools, all the information, the marketing background that I did have no idea it existed before.
You get around people that understand how things work. They understand how the pieces of the puzzle fit.
I learned an amazing amount of information and that I can go home and implement right away. And in fact, I'm like, hey, can I go now? Because I got work to do.
I came here thinking that I would have a better understanding of how I wanted to launch my company. What I'm leaving with is a complete recipe for just extraordinary success.
It doesn't matter if you are a small company and just starting with it, or you are busy already for years. I think everybody can use the Branditize Academy. All the expertise in this company is enormous.
It's such a great piece of information. The team is amazing. Everyone is open, everyone is sincere, everyone's here to help. And I feel pretty assured that my business is going to do much better than what I expected because of all the knowledge that I got here.
They made it easy for me, and I'm just new at this, so I want to let others know that the value is far beyond what you can expect.
I'm here to tell you if you have a product or a service that you're building and you're wanting to brand it and monetize it, there's no one better than Branditize.
With this course, you'll see there's a small investment up front. Like anything in life, all good things come with an investment of time or money or both. Investing in your online business is no different. This course is all about growing your business online. And if you implement even just a part of what we're going to teach you, you're going to make your investment back in no time. And really, in order to get the most value out of this program, we're going to ask that you commit a few hours a week for the next 8 weeks. Small price to pay to get a ton of traffic and a ton of leads to your business. And really, we're quite sure you want to commit a lot more time once you get started with us.
Absolutely. So without further ado, we're going to show you what's included in our brand new online program, the Branditize Academy Traffic and Lead Generation Masterclass. And over the course of 8 weeks, we're going to deliver you 8 in-depth presentations on key traffic and lead generation channels and the strategies and tools we use to grow our clients' businesses online. Now, these lessons will be delivered each week in an easy-to-use online portal and will be followed by live Q&A where you can get real-time answers and feedback to the questions you have on each lesson. Now, these lessons will be delivered each week in an easy-to-use online portal and be followed by a Q&A where you can get real-time answers to the questions you have for each lesson. You'll also be able to watch and rewatch these videos at any time through a customized online portal, and you'll be receiving done-for-you worksheets and templates to help you put the strategies you're learning into place immediately.
In addition, when you register for the Branditize Academy Traffic and Lead Generation Masterclass, you'll also get free access to our Branditize Marketing Mastermind group. It's a private online community for discussion and learning of all things marketing, moderated by our own team of experts. You can use this mastermind group to ask your personal business questions and get answers and tips not just from us, but also from other business owners and representatives just like you who are looking to improve their traffic, lead generation, and sales. Now here's a closer look at what we'll be covering each week of this course.
Week 1 is Intro to Traffic and Lead Generation. This is a crucial week. So what you're going to learn in week 1 is what a customer lifecycle is and how to design your own customer lifecycle to maximize your efforts, how to develop a customer persona, the Branditize marketing engine, and how all the parts work together to grow your brand. And bonus, you also get a customer persona worksheet.
And that's the very sheet we use to really identify each campaign, each client, how we do all the lifecycle marketing for our clients. So it's a really killer worksheet that you'll enjoy. Week 2 is content marketing. This is where you're going to learn the steps you need to take for effective content marketing, which includes how to build an editorial calendar, how to optimize blog posts for organic rankings, the winning promotion and amplification strategy we just absolutely swear by here. We'll talk about how video scripts are integrated into an effective content marketing strategy. And the big bonus for that week is we're going to send you actually a couple bonuses. One is going to be our 5 blog post templates. We're also going to send you the specs we use in order to outsource writers and get an army of writers writing for you if you need to. And we actually have a couple more tricks up our sleeve for you that week.
Absolutely. We have some great content repurposing strategies in there. Now, week 3 is video marketing. Now, there's no denying that video is one of the most powerful traffic and brand awareness tools in marketing today. So in week 3, you're going to learn how to make it work for you with tips on how to use video to increase awareness of your brand, how to drive traffic and rank on YouTube, keyword tools and shortcuts for being able to create or outsource your marketing videos, and the big bonus is a video equipment guide to get you started and also a YouTube optimization checklist.
So we do not want you to be intimidated by videos. Our video manager has provided some really killer stuff for you at all levels that you're going to be able to enjoy. And just getting and doing those videos, so many people don't do that. And so if you start working on videos and doing these simple steps we're going to teach you, you're going to go so much farther ahead than so much of your competition. On week 4, we're going to get into search engine optimization, and really a high-level overview of what we're going to be talking about is keyword research tools and strategies, short and long tail keywords, the structural elements that impact SEO, how to improve your brand's relevance and authority, and a big bonus there is we're going to give you our on-page optimization template.
That's an exciting week. Now, week 5 is social media marketing, and this is all about growing your reach and social following with actionable strategies for what to post when, streamlining the content and creation process, working with social platform algorithms, and the big bonus here, and this is a huge one, is really the monthly content calendar template. It also has all the tracking links built into it.
I know everybody that's seen that just loves it because it helps them sort of make sense of the organized chaos that could be social media and all the posting and all that. So it's really good stuff. Week 6, we're then going to get into paid advertising. We're going to really focus on learning the easiest way to drive qualified traffic each month. And we're going to do that by giving you an overview of our paid ad strategy with a focus on social advertising, how to set up ads correctly on Facebook and Instagram, a guide to in-depth performance tracking, how to effectively A/B test ads, landing pages, and more to consistently improve results. And our bonus there is going to be our audience targeting worksheet.
Now, week 7 is all about affiliate and influencer marketing. And this is where you're going to learn professional strategies for partnering with other brands and businesses to get in front of their established audiences, like how to leverage joint venture partnerships. This is a huge one for us. The next one is tips for creating win-win partnerships with the biggest names in your space. Also, what you need to know about setting up budgets and deal terms, how to set up brand ambassador programs. And the bonus here is a partner evaluation and results tracker, and we've really put a lot of time into this bonus.
And last but not least, last week, week 8, we're going to get into analytics and reporting. And this is so important. It is amazing how many people have no idea where they're actually getting the results from, where their traffic is coming from. And we're going to try to simplify it for you and make you become marketing whizzes out there. So it's going to all start with how to use Google Analytics and how to build customized reports for your business, how to track subscribers' sources to better tailor content and offers. You're going to learn how and where to focus your efforts to get the best ROI. And bonus that week in week 8 is going to be the analytics supporting tools and documents that we're going to provide for you.
So that's what we'll be covering in each of the 8 weeks of course content. By the way, you have lifetime access to this program, so don't worry if you miss a week or you can't make it, or if you need more time to complete the exercises.
In addition, when you purchase this online training program, you'll also gain access to these bonuses valued at over $1,000. First, a bonus lesson on how to track your efforts using Google Tag Managers and UTM parameters. Second, we're going to get you a comprehensive PDF glossary covering all the marketing definitions used throughout this course, and frankly, through lots of internet marketing you see out in the world out there. And lastly, Branditize's guide to successful outsourcing.
By the way, we haven't forgotten about your free gift for attending this webinar. As promised, to show our gratitude for showing up today, we'll give you access to our downloadable lead magnet outline. This outline will help you organize valuable, downloadable content into a template that we've found proven conversion results for. With this outline, you'll be able to easily offer and market free content in exchange for someone's subscription to your email list. Download that lead magnet outline right now by clicking the link in the chat. So
before we move into the live Q&A, let's recap the special offer we have for you today. First, our online training course, the Branditize Academy Traffic and Lead Generation Masterclass, with over 20 hours of educational content, which has a value of almost $3,000 on its own. Secondly, you'll get access to weekly live Q&A sessions after each lesson to get your personal business questions answered by our team of experts, which has a value of $500. You'll also get exclusive access to our Branditize Marketing Mastermind Facebook group for direct access to our team, as well as your success-minded colleagues to learn from each other's experience and successes. Many masterminds charge thousands of dollars for membership, but you're getting access to our mastermind absolutely free. This is a $500 value that is included with the course total. And in addition, you'll also get access to 3 bonuses, which you just went through, valued at over $1,000. The total value of everything we've shown today is about $5,000. But it's yours today for only $19.95. However, this offer can only be for the next 25 people and is only valid before this webinar ends today.
So to put it in perspective, here's what it all looks like so you can see the value you're getting. Now, make sure you're looking at the screen. You're gonna get 20 hours of how-to traffic and lead generation trainings in an easy-to-access online platform, plus 8 actionable resources, templates, and cheat sheets. This is a $2,995 value. You're also going to get a live Q&A for each of these lessons. This is a $500 value. You'll be able to ask your questions immediately and get feedback. You'll also get access to an exclusive Facebook Mastermind community with your fellow classmates. Again, a $500 value. And a bonus lesson. Now this bonus lesson is big. This is all about tracking your efforts using Google Tag Manager and UTM parameters. This is a $500 value, but can easily be valued at more. You'll also get Branditize's Guide to Successful Outsourcing. We outsource a lot, especially on the content side. This is a very comprehensive guide. And you'll also get a comprehensive PDF marketing terms glossary and reference guide so you can follow along, another $500 value. And lastly, this is all guaranteed unconditionally for 30 days. Your satisfaction is our first priority.
And that's my favorite. At the end of the day, it's all about making you happy, and you absolutely are going to get way more value than your investment in this. Otherwise, we'll just give your money back.
So adding all this up, that means that this is a $3,000 savings if you purchase this today. So we hope you're ready to build your online presence and authority, consistently generate leads and grow your email list, learn the secrets to dramatically increase your website traffic, and turn your passion into profit. That's why you're building this business.
So that's it. For $19.95, you'll get access to the full online program and all the bonuses at a discount of over 60% of the total value. You'll have lifetime access, as well as our full 30-day money-back guarantee. You simply can't beat that. And we also offer payment plans if you're not able to make the full $19.95 payment up front. But check that out. Literally, as we're speaking, sales are coming in. All right.
Wow.
Thank you. We really appreciate you.
So if you want to be one of the 25 people that gets to take advantage of this incredible discount, you have to act fast. We're about to start the Q&A, and we can't guarantee that the $3,000 savings is going to last. So click the button you see near the chat to enroll in the program right now, and don't let anyone else beat you to the punch.
Oh, there's another one. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, now we're going to get started with the Q&A portion of the webinar. So remember, we'll be sharing a link to download the slides once this Q&A is complete. Our team is sitting here and has gathered some of your questions throughout the presentation, so we'll do our best to address as many questions as we can through the limited time.
All right, so Chelsea, looks like right here, I got your first question. All right, so here the question reads, I've tried many tactics in the past to increase my traffic, but where I struggle is determining which tactics are working and delivering the most ROI for my business. What tips do you have for helping me determining this?
Well, my first question would be, how are you tracking traffic back to your website? Are you using UTM parameters? Are you using these parameters that tell you what traffic source, what medium, what channel, what content piece are actually bringing traffic to your website? Because if you can't track the traffic, then you definitely can't track the leads or the sales. And we'll talk about this in the UTM bonus module. This is where we get really in depth with this, so you'll be able to see the results of your efforts.
And that's part of the course, and so if you take that and when you sign up for that, you'll get all sorts of cool things in tracking and UTMs. Okay, second question reads, I really enjoyed the strategy section about organic content, but I'm just starting out with building my own content strategy, and I'm not sure what to do first. Will the course cover how I could build my own content strategy?
Absolutely. So we'll go pretty in depth on keyword research, especially doing research in your own industry to make sure that you're targeting the right keywords. You'll also get a template that's going to help you do this and help identify what high volume keywords are in your industry. We'll also help you put together a calendar that will help you tailor your content to interest topics within your specific industry.
Okay, well, thanks, Chelsea. Now remember, we originally had 25 spots available to get the $3,000 savings on our online program, the Branditize Academy Traffic and Lead Generation Masterclass, and they're starting to go pretty quickly. If you're worried about missing out on content, don't worry. You'll be able to hear the Q&A while you're going through the checkout process. So, focus on getting that course, and you'll be able to replay the QA section here. So please get going now. Okay, so here's another question. I really enjoyed the lead generation strategies that you shared, but I haven't been able to find a solid lead generation strategy for my business yet. What's the best place to get started?
Well, the first thing you want to make sure you do is have a way to capture email addresses and really build your list. We talked about lead magnets throughout, and also having one good piece of content promoting it effectively through paid ads, social, etc. Now, reminder, the lead magnet outline is our free gift. So the first part is really finding something that works, finding something that your audience is interested in. Then, along those same topics, finding a good piece of content that relates to that lead magnet so there's consistency throughout your message. And we'll go into this much more in the course.
Okay, next question. I know there's a lot to do in terms of traffic and lead generation, and I've been struggling to find a good system that will work to consistently generate traffic and leads for my business. Will the Academy course give me a strategy and system that I can implement in my business?
Absolutely. We haven't grown these brands to the size they are without systems in place to get them there. And we've used these systems over and over again with great results. You guys really just got a taste of what's possible today, but there's absolutely so much more that we can do. And these strategies have been revised and refined over several years, so we've been able to make them pretty seamless to implement into different businesses.
All right, our team has just informed us that we've already sold 20 of our discounted programs. All right. So if you're going to take advantage of this offer, you just have minutes left to do so. Remember, this $3,000 savings is only going to be available until the end of the live training. All right, Chelsea, here's one more question. I have content and I know this is what I need to do. I just haven't been able to do it yet, and I'm overwhelmed with all the different parts of marketing. How will I be able to get this done? That's a pretty common question.
Absolutely. So we feel you. We were definitely in your shoes when we started out. We didn't know anything about digital marketing, and actually it was a completely different time when we started. But like Jack Canfield always says, there are two things that make a difference in our lives: choices and actions. First, you have to make the choice to grow your online business and really put the work in. Then you have to take consistent action on it, and that's really how it will grow. You just have to look at it as everything is solvable, and you learn as you go along. You learn more and more every day, just like we did, and you just have to decide.
That's the last question we have time for today, and our team is telling us that orders are coming in and that we only have about a few programs left to give away at the special $19.95 price point. Remember, you can have complete confidence in your decision to invest in your online business today because you have, as I mentioned earlier, our 100% rock solid satisfaction guarantee. There's no risk to try this. Put these proven strategies to work for your business right away. Please get started now. If for any reason or no reason at all you're not satisfied with our Traffic and Lead Generation Masterclass program, just let us know within 30 days of purchasing it and we'll issue a full 100% refund. No hidden meetings here. If you're not happy, then neither are we. Our friendly staff will gladly return your money and we'll still be friends, I promise you. We want you to succeed. We don't want unhappy people out there that aren't enjoying our programs.
Absolutely. So remember, to get the slides from today's webinar, just click on the button in the chat. You should do that now because the page won't be up for long. Before we go, we wanted to let you know that you can still act now and get our program, the Traffic and Lead Generation Masterclass, for only $19.95. You get this entire program plus all of the valuable bonuses that we outlined, and for a savings of over 60%. You simply can't beat that. But literally, as we're speaking, the sales are continuing to fly in. It's a little crazy over here. So make sure you act now because we're about to end this webinar and your chance to get this exclusive offer with bonuses will expire.
Don't let this incredible offer disappear, please. A quick heads up, this offer won't last. That's because the price will eventually go up and the bonuses are gonna go away. You have nothing to lose and so much to gain for your online business. So click that button you see near the chat and we'll see you in the classroom.
See you soon.